All right, we're just gonna be talking about this here. So the teaser that they did for the second, well, quote unquote teaser of what the celebration is gonna be, had the quotes of Zamasu talking right before they fuse into Merge Zamasu. So tag Goku Vegeta and tag Zamasu and Goku Black. Hopefully it's Goku Black and hopefully it's Rose and not just regular Goku Black. Um, hopefully it's hopefully it's like hopefully it's not regular Goku Black and Zamasu, and then Goku Black's like active skill would be him go Rose, and then Zamasu's would be the merge. Hopefully that's not it, but for now we should probably know that we were getting these two right here, both tag units. So what they could do is they could have a Vegeta be the offensive character and have Goku be the defensive character because he was basically just holding off um Zamasu while Vegeta has rematch with Rose and was pummeling into the ground. They could do that. But we also don't know if it's a 6 LR theme again or if it's only 4. Um, the theme, the first, okay, let's say this. The first hint I believe the first hint had the music of when Goku went Super Saiyan 4 in Daima. So the theme could be time travelers because for some reason Daima characters are on time travelers. So that could be the reason. Let's go to time travelers. I'll show you that actually. See, Daima Goku time travelers. Time. Uh, it's on release. Yeah, guessing this is on release because is it? Hold on. I know this is the Awakened one, but is wait, when did he awaken? Huh? I didn't know he awakened. He stacks attack, but carries defense for 1 turn. That's meh. He guards. That could be good for the EZA and everything. Yeah, I didn't know that he. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? That was 2 months ago. Huh. I just don't I haven't grind them up yet because there's not any point for I don't see a point to actually do it like right now. That's new. Okay, so the theme seems to be like a time travelers. There's Daima, and then there's these guys. Uh, these guys when Zamasu wants to merge with Goku Black to go, merge Zamasu. Um, maybe part one is Daima, then part two is them. Because maybe put out that first they put that first hint for part one and then the second hint for part two, maybe. I don't know. Um, it would be kind of weird if it's like just a part one and two, boom and boom. There's no like leading up to it. If it's 6 LRs, then I could see that happening. Like instead of like how would I say it? Like in 10th anniversary, the quote unquote headliners for part one was just Vegeta. And then two other characters from a saga. What from a different saga? What if part one is him? Well, these two, and then like a character from like another saga. So like them, and then it could be like a Boo duo. Like have them be like the Dokkan Fest, then have this Goku and Vegeta, and then the Boo duo be the other carnival. And that could be it. That'd be cool. Um, Because the Blue Duo, a tag Blue Duo would be nice. That'd be people would probably actually love that because then they could probably. Where can I get to them from here? I don't know if it'd be too early to easy A them, but could do is they could do is easy A him, and then maybe for part two or something easy A them. I don't know because the theme is like combined like cooperation or time travelers, which I don't think time travelers seems like it could be it, but at the same time, why would they release? Where it is? Here it is. Why would they release this? They're not time travelers. Vegeta, these guys aren't time travelers. It seems like they're building up to something that's like teamwork. So I'm probably just guessing just teamwork. I'm guessing cooperation is the theme, basically just like quote unquote join forces, but tag units. So these two could be for part one, then have a part two like Boo Duo, then part two be like a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and maybe how about Super Saiyan 4 Goku? Um, who would be the other ones? They could do Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then an LR. They could do LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and then they could do a tag Super Saiyan 4s into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. They could do that because that would be cool. And I know it's like quote unquote not theme for Vegeta, but it's if well actually no it would be. I'm guessing just cooperation would just be like Goku Vegeta both try to fight Goma. Um, then Vegeta retreats. Then Goku comes out, goes Super Saiyan 4, and fights Goma. So that could technically be cooperation, but at the same time, it would all fit if the theme is cooperation. But I don't think so. Probably not. We'll see in the next 2 days because that's when they show us the card arts, and then they'll show us the details and everything on the 5th, I believe, and then everything starts on the 7th, which would be it'll start next Monday. I probably will be streaming it and everything too because I don't work on Mondays now. Um, I'm not saying I don't got a job. I do have a job. It's just 10-hour work days, 4 days is nice. So they could do a duo for like a tag both of these. They could have him, Boo duo, and then part two, Daima, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then a LR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and then a tag Super Saiyan 4 Goku Vegeta into Gogeta. They could do that. Or if they wanted to, they could do a they could do this. They could do these guys a tag into Blue Vegito and him, a tag version of this. And they could do go and they could do a tag version of this. Um where's it at? They could do a tag version of this too for part two. These guys for a tag would be incredible. Like, cause it's like they're like they have so many animations that they can just go through, use up most of them. But at the same time, they could never use up all of them because they just do so much in like what 3 episodes. They could do. Who else could they do a tag version of? They could probably do tag version of Vegeta and Nappa. Exactly the Boo duo. They already did them. They could do a tag version. Well, yeah, for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. They already did a tag version of this for 10th anniversary. Um, Again, they could do a tag version for Vegeta and Nappa. They could do a tag version for these guys, but I feel like it would be cool if they did like um let's say for worldwide, but this is technically our worldwide right now. They could do a celebration where like they redo this right here, a tag version of these guys, when they first fought Metal Cooler, and then they can do it, and then for part two they can do a tag version of these guys when they fought Golden Frieza. That'd be kind of nice, and then just Easy A, and then just Easy A, yeah, this guy, and then Easy A, the physical Metal Cooler, and the LR Cooler. Um, who else could they do for tag characters? Exactly. They could, oh, yeah, exactly. They could do the tag version of these guys. This, they could be for, I'm not gonna say it's 100%, but it seems quite nice if they did this. Part one, tag Vegito, tag Zamasu, and then part two, tag Goku Vegeta into Blue Gogeta, and then they could just give us, I don't know, whoever for part two, a new Broly or something, full power. I mean, let's be honest. If they give us another Broly, we would not care. It would be it'd be hype either way. Um, but after that, uh, Easy A's. So it's basically I'm kind of confirmed these two are basically it. Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima. It's not like confirmed, but at first it seemed likely. But now that the second hint came out with his voice line, it's kind of bit thrown off a little bit. It could be time travelers. It'd be nice. If it did Daima, because we need Daima in the game as soon as possible. Um, Rose. I remember this guy. Oh my gosh, that just brings me back to very a long time ago. Um, I remember sitting on my dad's couch, and I remember watching Truth. You know, wait for the summon time to drop. It dropped, and then uh, I wasn't summon for Vegito first. But I said I might as well go for Rose. Went for him. And then like my second multi or third multi, I had like no stones saved up because this was back early in the Dokkan days when like scheduling was really like new. Cause they dropped this guy and then the STR one, um, not that far apart, but I watched Truth. I pulled mine, and then I remember writing something in his chat, and then he pulled his. That was back in simpler times. But they could super easy A this guy. All they would need to do is just give him. They would want to keep the spirit of the card the same, but this right here is good. That's They would probably want to do attack and defense maybe for 3 turns. Well, no, they don't touch that first, do they? Let's go. Have one here. Yeah. Where's he at? Where's he at? Here we go. Let's see. Uh, this is Maybe it just automatically put in. I'm guessing that it already is put in. They don't really change the text effect, but that's good by itself. He lowers defense. That's a nice touch to for like gimmick fights. And it's 50% too, which is kind of nice. Um, this right here for every attack received, they'd have to make him like a slot one for like 4 turns. Give him like make this give Flex 3 key and attack and defense like 40%. Bump this up to like 250. Give him like 70% damage reduction for 4 turns. Permanent guard. Then just have this go up to like 400, I guess. With his also like some stat. They get stat boost, don't they? I thought they get stat boost. Um, yeah, yeah, 100%. Uh, they don't get a stat boost. They just get stuff in their kit. Um, he would not actually be a bad leader, like a free leader for like maybe for like not clash, just a free lead. Just make him good. He would be very nice. And then Vegito. I remember getting him too. It was, and this was like the first like representation of him. And if you didn't have him, your account was basically just worthless. Same thing. He could be a free team lead in like Ultimate Clash. Just pumping out all these additional attacks with supers. Bump this up to what 120% maybe. Um, launch an additional attack has a medium chance. They probably bump this up to high. Great chance launch it as a medium chance. Probably just make this guaranteed, and then make them build up. Um, yeah, it's just that's good. Probably would bump this up to about 60 or 70% or 80, and then probably have some guard or something into it. I don't know because his kit. It's not like back in his day. Like kits weren't really good until let's go. Which one would have the most characters? Fate, guessing. Um, I say probably up until third Annie, maybe fourth Annie. Hits weren't really that good. There's only third Annie characters. They just had like stats. Um, these guys are just stats and everything. Um, yeah, fourth Annie. Yeah, probably just around fourth Annie. Because back then, like fourth, like it wasn't really. It was just play the game, beat stuff, beat like Dokkan events, get stones from boss rush from celebrations. Summon if you're the character, you play with them on stages that you already do. They've already had cleared, and if you don't, then too bad. But and really, here he has some damage reduction. Here he has additionals. He just needs stat boost. Here he has this, which is very nice. But if they did do that, people would go insane. People would go insane for his Super Easy A and Rose. Like for part one, if it is these guys, they just Super Easy both of these. Like, if they were to start it on the 7th, drop stuff, they probably have these guys come out on the 10th or 11th, maybe, because they wouldn't drop everything on the same day. They like spread it out. So they probably either drop these guys easies on 10th or the 11th. And then these guys. The oh, I started like a couple. I had to say, I probably started about 3 or 4 months after the game started. I was 10 then. You know, still in school, still in middle school. Started my first account on a school iPad, but then they restricted the access to it, and then my account got deleted. Wish I could have transferred it. I tried to before, wouldn't, couldn't do it because school email was not working then because they deleted it because I was already out because I switched schools. Um, but these guys right here were like the gem of Dokkan. They came out then 8 years since they came out. Kind of hard to believe that this art was 2 years after the game released. Like exactly almost 2 years, almost. But there you have this. There you have their easy. There you have their easy A. Could they get a super easy A? Probably. Probably because Tech Tech in Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has his super easy A. I think I get this guy one, and then next on line would probably be Broly, AGL Trunks and Goten into the whatever you call him, the whoever it is, um that fuse in their super tech animation, or Majin Vegeta. But these guys, if they got a easy A, they would, oh my gosh. They'd have to change this attack received or evaded. They'd have to do that. They make this permanent. They make this 100%, 20% permanent. Um, make this 120. Make this like 25 or 30, and make this 4 key or 6 key. Make this like 6 key. And then make this like with the 300 or 400. Make this at 6 key probably. Make them not rely on key. Um, they have good stuff here. They have good stuff here. Um, there's like just no way that they could, like, there's no way that they could mess up this guy's super easy A. This here he has stuff unless they just don't change this. If they just don't change this right here, for every attack received, things gets hit. Because you don't want to get hit with any character now. It should be dodge. They should give like 3 turns, or 3 turn or 4 turns, like dodge chance, like 50% chance to dodge or something. And they just do that with this right here. They just add a dodge onto this. He could be pretty good. People will start using him. Oh, imagine that green glow around him. Oh man, they could do so much stuff just to make this game pop off, hit top grossing, make so much money. But yeah, that art though, I just love that art right here. Every time I see him in a box, I just wanna look at him because this art is just really nice. Moving on, these guys, they they are in range now to easy A, but I feel like with what they did to Tech Ultimate Gohan, they were scared to make him what he should have been. I feel like these guys are getting the same treatment, but it's not gonna matter really because your one your one I say this your one objective for them is basically just this. And it's not really an objective because you basically just get it turn one. Like unless you're like going into like yeah, you basically just get this thing like turn one unless you're fighting like an enemy for low health. Your first turn doesn't kill him. Your second turn is below 35%. Yeah, his HP is below 35%. And you just don't get this as like a relief. But I mean, there's like no way that they could screw this up. they just turn all of this to like 200, 200, like make this like 270, make this 280, uh, make this to make this like 50, turn this at 28 or 38, 27, 37, make this like, I don't know, make it something. It's like, I don't know, like 90 or 100% for both of them. And then just keep saying, doesn't really matter. But there's really no way to 100% chance to steal. That's nice. And they boost attack and defense. Future Saga, if these guys do get it, then they would be useful. That team too, if they get Easy A, Worldwide Chaos. Nobody really uses that because there's nothing on there to really use. It's a bad team. You know what? Let's get Worldwide Chaos. We're gonna get him in a minute. They could probably not Easy A, but give him like really like raw defense equips or something. Or like dodge equips. Um, no, 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 definitely no. Maybe or just dodge. Maybe after super easy A. No, no. Maybe after easy A. Maybe I don't know. Links would be wonky. Maybe Links would be wonky again. No. Wonky. No. Nothing on here. Because this team is just, it's basically just extreme realm of gods and like Majin power. So trash team. Um, yeah, but there's really no way they can screw this up. So, well, we'll just see. Because the one thing that I really care about is just this right here. This is already just free, so there's no point in being. If they make this 2 turns, we are gonna. This is if this is 2 turns, then they are number 1 in the game. Like on well, I'll stop there. They probably do number 1 like Easy A or TUR in the game if it was for 2 turns. That's basically just free outright. As soon as you enter the battle, boom, you just pop that. They do that to 2 turns. They need to have like probably the best utility in the game. Um, this guy, Easy A, this guy. When he came out, I wasn't really a big fan of him. He looked cool. It's just when I looked at it, I saw where was it? I saw this right here, just 20% damage reduction, just baseline, and then 10% received. I'm not a big fan of getting hit, so that's up to 30%. Then 30% damage reduction with no guard. Yeah, no. I mean, of course, he gets some buffs with key and stuff. And he supers, so it's not like a turn, it's a slot 1. Same time, I can't see it now. I see it's Whitney's attack defense for 1 turn. Same thing right here. I still can't see him being well. I couldn't see him being good back then. But if he easy aid and like guard or something, and like this right here in this entry thing, in his entry animation, and then he had like 60% damage reduction when he's like fully built up or something, then that'd be nice. But unless they do that, then I don't see him being like good. His art's nice, but I just wasn't a big fan of this guy. Vegeta and Trunks. Oh boy. So, how do I say this? 7th anniversary. The Gods and Force came out. Like, oh my gosh, the best characters in the game. And then we had Red Zone Broly, we had Red Zone Omega, the 2 hardest fights in the game. The only reason why Broly was harder because he had the AoE, and nobody could withstand that AoE, especially Cauliflower when he canceled dodge. So they it was like, okay, let's beat him. And then here comes Vegeta and Trunks for Tanabata. And boom, they obliterated the stage. They obliterated the everything because this probably his main like of course his kit was like amazing back then too, but I think the only reason why he was good as he was because of his leader skill. Bond of parent child. That's basically every single Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, Goten. That's even Bardock on there. It's every single one of them from basically Bardock to when he died to Goku after he has Gohan or whatever. It's basically every single Saiyan on here. Basically a Hyper Saiyan and Pure Saiyan in this category. Um, is there anybody who's not a Saiyan? It's Gigi because it's just bond parent child. Anybody who's a parent, their children is on here. It's just that's the main reason why this character was just so good was because this covered everybody, including the 7th anniversary LRs. I mean, plus this was amazing too. They designed him perfectly, but it's just this was just so nice just to throw him on the team and boom. Um, we could get a tag version of them too. Maybe I don't know. We could get like a we can get these two right here, and then as the third character in the 6LR anniversary, we could have these tag characters, and then just have these guys easy A. But when they easy A, they will be dominant again, or but probably not as dominant as they once were. They probably just have 3 turns, really raise defense, could raise attack defense for 3 turns, and then have this be just stack like that. But they were good, but they have this for attack receive, but they also have guard, but they should also do damage reduction. Um, here too, they should do like damage reduction like 60 or 70% when in slot one. After that, they'd be good. And then this guy right here, he he basically matched the 5th anniversary LRs, which was kind of impressive. Um, I remember when they came out, they were the new hot stuff. They were the pardon my French, they were the shit. And then two, Luigi Eli Limo came out. Like okay, and then this guy, he turn one matched them when he basically just turn one matched them after they transformed and built up and everything. But well, no, he didn't match them when they built up. He matched them up to the point until they built up, which was still seen as better because building up took time. But this guy didn't take time. He was just good right off the bat. But he also had the stun. He also raised his attack defense for a turn. He raised his defense from 12 key. He gets some stats, and then he needed key. That's probably one thing that didn't. That's probably one thing that hurt him a lot. He gets extra key when he more additional with 22 key. That's kind of dumb. When you have 18 key or more, let's say you get 18 key, you get 3 key, that puts you at 21. So you don't get this. But really, you want to get 19. Really ring fountain blood, you get all this stuff, which would be nice, but I'm just trying to think back then. Anniversary. Were there any hard fights back then? I don't think there really were any hard fights. They're just like just before everything started getting hard. This was when like you just collected, summoned, collected, ran some stages, tested them out. You're like, oh, okay, this is nice. And then 6th anniversary happened. Then stuff actually started getting hard. Um, covers HP, that's all good and everything, but he was just very dominant too. He was in he was up there, top three. It was very arguable. It was very since Vegito and Gogeta were basically the same character. Um, but Vegito, I believe he had more of a chance. He had a chance to do more supers, but Vegeta had the crits. Um, so it was probably Vegito, Gogeta, and then this guy. But you could probably argue this guy for number one, just turn one. But after that, basically all until these guys come out, till we see what happens on the second, see who they are. Maybe we might get another teaser later on today or something, or maybe third character. If they do that, I don't know. But with those two teasers, they might tell us, okay, part one's Daima because there was a Daima theme, and then part two is these guys because in the second hint it was his voice. But comment, like, subscribe, comment what you think it is because it's in 2 days. Haven't really seen anybody really talk about who else it could be because usually Twitter's all talking about like, oh, be these guys, it could be these guys, but I haven't seen that recently because we have hints, but it's not like 100%. So like, subscribe, tell me what you think.